I'm Jodi Delaney. I'm the Executive Director of the Television Academy Foundation. The foundation is really designed to educate and inspire the next generation of television leaders. This is really important to us. We want to create a pipeline into the industry for students who would not normally have that kind of access. And this is really important to us to create a diverse industry, to tell stories that have not been told before, right? Not the usual. We really want to expand it. Television is powerful, and we're here to create a pipeline to those jobs.
Mm-hmm. And what is the process? How do you find the talents, the young people who you support?
Yes, it's actually a very competitive program. It opens in November, and we usually end up with 1,500 to 1,800 applications for 50 spots in the summer. Mm-hmm. So it's Television Academy members that judge the applications, and they're all in different peer groups and all in different parts of the industry, because our interns aren't PAs. Mm-hmm. We have choreography internships and development internships and writing internships. So we really do try to tailor it to what the students are interested in and give them a great experience. Well, what we really look for is that passion for storytelling, a passion for the work, and that comes across. We do a lot of, what do you call it, an essay, a personal essay is really where we go for the meat of it. There are recommendations involved and things like that. They can have letters of support from people who know their work, but honestly, it's the passion that comes across, and the talent and the ability and their dream, right? How strong is that dream to get that application done and really want to spend a summer in Los Angeles pursuing that?
This is my third year hosting this event. And it's just great to be able to come out and support the Academy and the Foundation, the work that they do in order to keep people, included and be a part of the great television industry that's done me so well. So I'm just here to do that, and we've been doing great work for the past few years that I've been involved in, the many years that they've been doing it. So, it's awesome. You get to play a little golf and hang out with some friends, and what are you going to do? It's a great time. This was really through a relationship with my publicist and one of the execs here at the Academy. They asked me would I be interested in being a part of this, and of course, I'm often at the the Emmys, and you go for the award shows, and when you're there, you want to see some of the other work that they do behind the scenes. I love golfing, and so this worked out great. This was like a combination of, all right, cool. Mm-hmm. I'll do it.
And how do you remember of your beginning of your career? Who supported you? Who was the one who really cared about your education?
When it came into being a part of the TV industry, a couple of people. One, Steve Harvey, who was a great friend of mine, and he was one of my, more of a comedic mentor on that side. And then the other side would be the legendary director Stan Lathan. Stan Lathan was also a person who just kind of really came in and guided my career a lot, and had great answers and insight. And he's been great for me, and so those are two people that I can think of that were very important on making me look at my career in any kind of degree of longevity.
So are you looking forward to playing golf today?
Oh yes, it's going to be great out here today. It looks so beautiful. The course looks great. We have some good people in here. I think I have some friends I'm paired up with that should be a good time. So we plan on laughing and and hitting the ball around, and it should be a good time out here today.
I've played in this, maybe not every year, but most years it's been going on. And, a young man just drove me up in a cart, and he said he was going to Loyola right now and used to be an intern with this foundation. And those are the young guys the young people that we need to support, because, they're the ones that are going to be taking over and giving us a job someday, Plus, preserving all the things that have been done in the past, because without this foundation, they would disappear, and some of which would be probably a good thing, but maybe not all. There's some things I've done which I would like not to be preserved.
Did you have any support like this in your career when you were a young actor?
You mean financial support? My father. But in terms of this, no, I never did. I Did it the hard way. I was in New York, catered, worked in the theater, just pounded away and scraped my way up.
And do you remember any nice moment or memories about your education? Who inspired you? Did you have a nice teacher or a person who inspired you?
Well, starting with college, there was a teacher there named Jim Young who really was a life changer. And then went on to grad school, and Jack Clay, who just passed away, he was the one who kind of took it to a different, taught styles, taught classical work, Shakespeare and all that. And then once I got in front of camera, I just faked it.
So you're on a big show. What is The Big Little Lies?
To work with Laura was a dream. She's just an absolute force of nature, and it's so much fun. Both of us just throwing stuff out there, and it's like having a perfect tennis partner. It's really, really fun.
And let's talk about the golf a little bit. When did you start to play?
I swung a club for a long time, but I didn't take it seriously until I was probably about 40. And then I got addicted. And, it's funny, we have this thing with actors that when your game is really, really good, you need a job. And vice versa. If your game is really bad, it means, they're getting a lot of work. So my game is really bad right now, which is good news. So.
I saw you very prepared. You have a big bag and nice shoes today.
Yes, that's right.
So are you playing golf for a long time?
Unfortunately, yes. And for the quality of golf I play, I'm ashamed to say it. But yeah, I've been playing a while.
But we are here today to fundraising some money for education. So why is it? Do you have any personal reason to raising money for it?
No personal reason. I've been blessed with a modicum of fame. And I like playing golf, and sometimes it intersects. And so when given the opportunity to help out, I try and do it.
What would be your message for the young people who are trying to get into the film business?
Oh, don't. That's my message. It's tough, it's hard, there's lots of competition. If you can find any way to be happy doing anything else, do it.
I've done a lot for the foundation, for the academy, and I think it's really important because children are our future, and as we can see today, you never know when you wake up what's really going to happen that day, and sometimes, everyone can use a little bit of help, and if we all just gave back a little bit, we'd be in a much, much better place. I've been on the Young and the Restless for over 37 years. I'm very grateful to have my job and do what I do, and I love doing it. And so I try to give back as much as I can, and education is a good way to do it, to play forward, and hopefully those people will give back, and that's how things will get done, and hopefully things will get better.
I'm sure the young people know all your highlight of your work, and I'm sure that they are coming to get some advice from you.
Well, I think what people forget, education is extremely important. It's important even for me. I still go to class. I still go to my acting class, my voice lessons, my dance lessons, and because it's show business. They call it show business for a reason. It's a business. You have to treat it as such, and also it's a craft, and you have to keep learning and keep growing. And I don't think it's good to just sit back and go, oh well, I don't need to do anything. And I had no one in my family was in the business, no one that I knew, no one to help me. So I've always felt that I take one step forward and two steps back, but I just keep going. And my whole thing is, I call it working the program. So you just keep going and keep working. You don't look at the end result, because if you do that, then I think you just push it away. But if you keep working and do the best you can do, then things, will come to you.
Anytime that you get a chance to help raise awareness for great causes, it's sort of your social responsibility to do that. And I think when you have been blessed, it's kind of your responsibility to try to bless others, which just keeps it very reciprocal, and blessings go back and forth. So to be out here, to raise awareness, to raise funds for this organization that puts these kids in an opportunity to get involved in this incredibly difficult business that we're in, why not come out here and try to help?
Well, we're doing this event to raise funds for the Television Academy Foundation, which they provide an education to future generations of in our industry, writers, producers, and so we raise money for them. So otherwise, they wouldn't have the opportunity to get an education of this quality, and it will give them a chance to have a life and have a future in this industry, which is hard to get into, as you know. So.
Who supported you in your life, in your education?
Well, my parents, they sent me to school, first of all. So I was lucky that I had very good parents. And I've had friends when I moved here. You know, when you move here, it's kind of tough the first couple of years or the first year. So I had some friends that really supported me because all my family is back in Spain. So I had to rely more on friendships that I gained through, time. So that's it, pretty much.
So we are here today. Yes. It's still a nice sunny morning for us in this area. Are you ready to play in golf?
I am absolutely ready to play golf. The TV Foundation's Academy's great foundation golf game is a wonderful experience. I'm a little tongue-tied there in the fact that we sponsor this golf game to raise money, but it's also to sponsor our many programs, and those are about college. We must do that. We must take care of our young. And so if you want to donate, the TV Academy Foundation's the place to go.
What about your education? What was your best experience during your education?
You know what? Being a governor of the TV Academy is an education because as a performer, you don't really always get to see everything going on. So to be able to be part of that governance and know that we are judging excellence and the Emmys that are coming up, to meet with directors and lighting people, casting people, directors, all it encompasses everything being a governor, and it's a learning experience, and I'm very grateful to the members that voted me in. I mentor a lot of young people, so of course I always support them. Michael Campion, right this moment from Fuller House, is a close little friend of his family and stuff, and he's getting ready to do the big Christmas spectacular in Pasadena right this moment, but he's a young and up-and-coming talent, so if ever I can help him and stuff like that. But I try to stay open to all of the kids out there because they are the future, and what little abilities that I have to mentor or to help, I'm there for them. And and I always say you can get me at totofans@yahoo.com and just let me know if you want to talk, and email me because I answer everybody. Takes me a while, but I answer everybody.
I came from Chicago in a place called the Second City, and they were really big into kind of giving back to the community and kids that didn't have an opportunity. So to have an opportunity like this here in LA, where it's obviously the entertainment capital of the world, for people that might not have an opportunity, to know about the industry and things like that, I think that's where it's awesome. I went to a school called Marquette, which is in Milwaukee, and we go back every year to teach the kids improv. And it's just a huge thing, and you realize, to you and I, it's like, oh, everyone knows improv, or everybody has access to it. Well, they don't. So it's nice to stop and go, hey, let's make sure everybody has a chance. So it's cool.
Well, I see some injury.
Oh, yeah, this is just an excuse. As you get older, I'm 70 years old now, and as you get older, body parts just start falling apart. Remember that, the guy behind the camera. It's going to happen. So it's just a minor thing. It's just something I just haven't taken care of yet because I'm lazy. But that doesn't stop me from coming down here because I'm certainly, if I had to rely upon my golf game, I'd be in big trouble. So thank God this acting thing has worked out.
So you're not going to play golf today?
Oh, I'm going to play.
You will?
Oh, yeah, sure, I'm going to play. Well, I'm going to do the best I can with what I got.
How long you playing golf?
I've been playing for about 20 years, and I'm not very good. But I like to laugh. I cheat. I kick the ball out from behind the tree. Some guys are so serious about this stuff, They all want to know what your handicap. My handicap is that I'm playing golf. That's what it is. So.
Maybe you're hiding some golf balls in your pocket.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You always got to have a couple of extra ones, to make sure that you to keep it competitive.
To be a little bit more serious, we are raising some money today for education. What are your thoughts about this?
Well, you know, education comes in a lot of different forms. Sometimes it's not all in the books. You know, it's the education of life. And when you consider how fortunate we are to be able to come out here, get invited to this, to help raise money for folks that don't have the advantages that we have, and don't have the lifestyle that we have, and don't have the security that we have. It's important to remember that when all is said and done, it's a one-on-one thing. And it's important for me to come out here and knock the ball around, have a few laughs, and try to squeeze some money out of the sponsors.
This event going on for 20 years. So how many years you started to support?
On and off. If I haven't been working, I've been doing it for about 10 years. So, and I'm always asked to be invited. My wife refers to me as a solid C- celebrity. So it's always good. Sometimes it's you play in some tournaments that are important and are bigger tournaments, get more attention than this. But sometimes I just play for if I have time off and any chance I can get to help somebody have a better life. I'm excited about that.